Oh, yes, indeed. It is Football Friday, and make no mistake about it, it is the Philly bad guy. It is the Philly bad guy. In honor of Christmas, you're a mean one. Big Sills, you make people mad. Zander comes on my show and tells me I have a shitty show. Mr. Grants, happy holidays to all and a good Friday football. How you doing? Big Sills in the 4 hours powered by our great friends at BetUS. And we start the program off with Big Sills. You know, there's just something about being an aggravator, a guy who infuriates people. Yes. I don't know what has happened here. By the way, I forgot to tell everybody, Monday was my 900th episode with you freaks. And here on JAKIB, but I can't thank you guys enough. 900 episodes, and that happened on Monday, and I saw it. I was like, holy shit, man, we've been doing this for 900 shows, which is insane. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger each and every single time. Thank you so much, man. Please hit the like button. Boom, boom, boom. You're an aggravator, Sills. I know. You'll be talking in like pseudo, like I'm a weirdo. Then again, I know I am. And it is a Football Friday, as I said. Super chats go to the top. We will give you our predictions. We will give you our predictions for Sunday when it comes to Redskins and Eagles. NFC East. Oh, by the way, dude, that's awesome, man. Happy holidays to you too, Flexin. JAKIB is king. By the way, Akbar, take a knee. Take a knee. The Philly bad guys here. How you doing? By the way, hey, Howard Eskin, now maybe you can come on the program now, my friend. I see IP blew you out. Isn't it funny? That Philly sports thing, which is doing shitty with Anthony, now are firing people, and now they just blew out Howard Eskin. How come cross-dressing broad doesn't throw out any kind of jibes about those people losing employees? Shit, we go, psst. They go, oh, these guys are in court. Hey, how come crossing broad doesn't do any of that? Holy cow. I would welcome Howard Eskin on. Are you kidding me? We got Angelo on it as a pseudo guest. You're a mean one. Hey, man, we'd all fit in. Howard Eskin, Angelo, Big Sills. How you doing? That's right. By the way, let me start this off. Okay, I've got to go after the fascists known as the NFL, the National Fascist League. So wait a minute here. You guys are giving shit to Jalen Hurts over his fashion because you can't profit off it because he wears two different shoes. Do you know you get fined if you don't have your shirt tucked in? It used to be if you didn't have your socks up all the way, they would fine you $50. No shit. I mean, they would fine you $50 if your socks weren't up. We used to wear something called a bib. I'm not kidding. It was connected to your jersey. It went between your legs, and it kept your shirt tucked in. I'm not kidding. If your shirt was not tucked in, the league would fine you $50. Socks down, too. So Hurts wears two different shoes, and he's doing it for a charity, and they fine him. Hey, that's right. You got to remember something about the NFL. You know that hometown hero thing? They charge the Pentagon for that. They charge the Pentagon. What, do you think they do that shit for free? You know that pink stuff for cancer for women? You think they do that for free? The NFL takes 75% of the money earned, and then they give the rest to the charity. The NFL does nothing out of the kindness of their heart. Nothing out of the kindness of their heart. Khalid, thank you, brother. It is a no fun league. Jalen Hurts is doing something cool, and you take a shit on him for it because you can't make money off it. Just shows you what the league's all about, dude. The league don't do things because, hey, man, you know what? We're opening our hearts to the community. And you know what Joe Krause does with Krause's coats and all that? They would never do that. They would never do shit like that. Ever in a million years would they bend over and make that a part of their life and mean it. They do things for profit. Everything is profit with the league. Honest to God, they send the NFL. You know those like the military hometown heroes? Every team has to pay every team, okay, that does that. The Pentagon pays the Chargers, the Eagles, the Giants. They pay to do that. Not doing that for free. Hey, let's just do anything and give it for free, and you guys profit and keep all the money. That's not how that works. Okay? That's not how that works, man. League. Kindness of their heart? Come on now, bro. That don't work here. By the way, I want to show you something here. Let's get into it here. Hey, guys, please hit the like button. We appreciate everybody coming aboard. Our boy Zander will join us at 3:30. Jason Cole, NFL Hall of Fame voter from Yahoo Sports, will join us at 4:30. And the legendary Godfather will join us at 5:30, one of my favorite segments, because now that we're in to championship months, and by the way, college football too, the playoffs are starting today. I believe it's Indiana, Notre Dame. And then on Saturday, all the playoff games in college football, the college football tournament really starts today. Battle of Indiana. Who would have thought? Get this. You ready for this one, Zander? Who would have thought that Alabama doesn't have one team in the college playoff, but Indiana has two? I get Notre Dame, but Indiana? But hey, you want to go even further? The state of Florida doesn't have one. So wait, the state of Alabama and the state of Florida doesn't have a team in the college playoff national championship. Okay, I guess. I mean, two of the greatest on the planet. Two of the greatest places on the planet, right? On the planet for football and college football. All right? I mean, don't have college football teams or a college football team in the playoffs. Oh, good. Hey, I want to show you something what happened last night. Chargers down 11 points. I'm going to show you what great coaching does for you. You ready? Okay. So last night, Los Angeles was down by 11 points. Here's the difference between Brandon Staley and John Harbaugh. They rallied back, and the Chargers win. One of the weirdest kicks I've ever seen in my life. I didn't know that free kick stuff hasn't happened in almost 50 years. But they end up making it with Dicker the kicker. He ends up getting it through the uprights, and now both teams are 9-5 on the season. And you got to give it to Jim Harbaugh. What a turnaround that he has made with that Charger team. What's the one thing that he's done that resembles what in Philadelphia? What's the one thing, in your opinion, that they've done that resembles what they've done in Philadelphia? Do you know what that is? It's very evident. What's the one thing? Okay? They've taken the ball out of Herbert's hand a little bit and not as much. I want to show you something here. First year, 4,300 yards passing. Next year, over 5,000 passing yards. This year, or year 3, 4,500 yards passing. Last year, he got hurt, I believe, and only played in 13 ball games, so he was around 3,500. year, he's probably going to be right at that 4,000-yard mark. They've taken the ball a little bit out of his hands and tried to create more balance for him. They're playing good defense, and they're running the football. Okay? That's what they're doing. Somebody goes, isn't Herbert always hurt? Hey, dude, your guy's always hurt too. Every year he's been a starting quarterback, he's been hurt. But that's not uncommon in today's NFL. Quarterbacks get hurt. Players are hurt. A.J. Brown's hurt. Isn't Herbert always hurt? No, he's had 1 year where he missed a couple games. Jalen missed a couple games in 2022. Mahomes is hurt. The second year in a row, Mahomes has been hurt. By the way, I'm going to say it one more time, man. That goddamn Derwin James, man, is one of my favorite football players. And I'll tell you this, that guy gets after people. That guy gets after people, man. He is a whale of a football player. He's a whale of a player, man. And right now, the Chargers are keeping people off the scoreboard. My point was, watching the game last night, you saw a little bit what great coaching does. Hey, man, it's not about throwing the ball 50 billion times, having Kirk Cousins' numbers. It's about having balance. It's about having balance. By the way, I'll tell you this. I'm looking forward to this game on Sunday. I am. This is going to be a pretty damn good competitive football game, I believe, between the Commanders and the Eagles on Sunday. Division opponent. I disagree with John McMullen, and I disagree with Zander on this thing too. I think playing teams twice, they have common knowledge of what you are and who you are, and you're not going to surprise them. By the way, I'm not saying you're more talented. They're right there. Eagles are more talented. Are they better coached? I don't know. Dude, hey, how about this? I'll give you this. Vic is hotter right now than Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's resume speaks for itself. As a defensive-minded guy, he's one of the more celebrated coordinators in the National Football League, even more so than Vic. This guy has conference championships as the head guy, and he's also has a Super Bowl ring as a defensive coordinator with Gus Bradley in Seattle. Those guys created the Legion of Boom. Okay? I mean, they helped develop it with Pete Carroll. You had three great minds in Seattle that were defensive-minded guys. Pete Carroll, Gus Bradley, and Dan Quinn. Now, look, I'm not telling you that is a significant advantage on Sunday's game. I'm not going down that line here, okay? That's not what I'm saying to you. It's not what I'm saying. And don't start freaking reaching that, okay? Sil, saw you on the 30 for 30 last night. Pretty sure it was you and the fatigues coming down the ramp. Yeah. I was on that. Absolutely. By the way, I was watching that thing last night too. I watched the 15th anniversary. It's always great to know that Sileo's football team was the number one 30 for 30 on ESPN. Let's see. Sports Illustrated voted us the most hated team in American sports history. I mean, that's how you're remembered, my friends. Okay? That's how you're remembered. They make movies and make lists about me. Always remember that. They make movies. Hey, Kay Adams also retweeted, hey, great to see Kay Adams say that to you was her favorite 30 for 30. She's like, how did you know that? And I go, I just saw you on there say it. I saw you on there say it, that was your favorite. I got it. Hey, pretty cool, man. And anyway, so I watched that thing. Billy Corbin, who is a friend of mine who directed those things last night. I love those things. I love the 30 for 30. Bill Simmons, too. He saw Kay Adams and he tweeted at it. He goes, yep, that's my favorite, too. Okay? Really cool, man. Appreciate it. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit that like button here on a Football Friday. Be jacked up, man. Christmas right around the corner. Your team's won 10 ball games in a row. It's 51 days until your Super Bowl. I hope you bought your tickets already. Time now. All right. So let's get into this bad puppy here. Okay. Give me some scores of what you think. I want to see where you are for this game on Sunday between the Redskins and the Eagles. I'll give you my prediction here in a second. I'll give you the keys too. Nick spoke a little bit today. I thought Nick had a good press conference today. I won't lie. I thought it was pretty good. Let's see. 59-10. Okay. Let's see here. 31-24. 31-17. Okay. Oh, shit. Hey. Says I enjoy watching Jerome Brown's speech at the Fiesta Bowl. Oh, was that a train wreck? Oh, we're sitting here. Joe Paterno's over there, right? And Jerome gets up. He goes, did the Japanese sit down with the Americans before they attacked Pearl Harbor? I'm like, guy, no, please, no, we're not the Japanese. The Japanese get beat in the end. And that's exactly what ended up what happened. I was like this. Oh, no, Jerome, no. That's not a good analogy. The Japanese got beat, you ass bag. Yeah, I told Jerome, I went like this. Dude, the Japanese get killed in the end. They dropped the bombs on them. They lost. Not good. He's like, well, yeah, well, you know what I meant. I'm like, yeah, but it's not a good one. 27-10. I know, man. Dude, as soon as he said it, he goes, did the Japanese, did they sit down with the Americans before they attacked Pearl Harbor? I went, holy shit. This was at a steak fry. This was, look, you know what Jimmy did? He put us in black sweats. They had white sweats. It was bad guy, good guy kind of shit. And there's Jerome Brown going, hey, the Japanese sit down with the Americans before they attacked Pearl Harbor. We all went like this. What the fuck are you doing? And he's walking in and he goes, how was that? I go, dumb. I go, God dang you, man. Oh, man. Hey, don't ever tell me to chill on Jerome Brown, bro. That guy was my best friend. Kiss my ass, flexing. I'm going to flex on you, brother. How you doing? Jerome was an awesome character, Devin. He was just one of a kind. He was one of a kind. Hey, by the way, I sure hope your boy Quinyon Mitchell gets an interception soon. Please Quinyon, make me give you my Rookie of the Year vote. Please. Get a pick. Make it easier. Please. Get a pick. Guy's going to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year without an interception? I don't know. I don't think he will. I do not think he will. Yeah, but nobody throws because he's in zone. He plays zone defense. Nobody's going to give a zone cornerback the Defensive Rookie of the Year vote with no picks. He's got no picks. He's the favorite. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. He's the favorite with no picks. All right. Good luck to you. I don't know if you get my vote. I don't know if you get my vote. He's an intercept. Hey, give me one. Just give me. Sills, nobody throw. I got it. I got it. You're a mean one. Big Sills. Shit, even Joe Krause last night at Screwballs is calling me the Grinch. What the hell is wrong? I'm going to kick. You know what? Zander pissed me off so bad yesterday. I'm going to kick his ass at 3:30 today, too. Okay? This old man's calling me the Grinch now. It's just criminy. What's going on here? I feel like Lombardi here. What the hell's going on here? Man, that BS. Hit that damn like button. Appreciate all of you. I mean it, man. All supers go to the top. Okay, here we go. This is how Big Sil sees this game on Sunday against the Washington Redskins. Hey, Jeff McClain, is this in quotes? Okay. Here we go. 3 games left of the NFL season. Both teams really need this football game. Actually, 4 games left here. 3 games, excuse me. Both teams need this. Commanders are fighting for a playoff spot. Got to keep Seattle off their hindquarters, and also Atlanta. I think Atlanta's toast because they're making a quarterback change. They're going from Kirk Cousins now to Michael Penix. The Commanders are on the cusp of winning a 10th game. The Eagles are fighting for home field advantage. So, and again, the Commanders, in my opinion, have been in tight games all year. I think that speaks to their youth and the newness of what they're trying to do on both sides of the football. I think they're so well coached. I really do. I think they are 1,000% coached, better than anything I've seen since Mike Shanahan was there. Okay? Sills, the shoe drops and Hurts turns back into the banana peel. Yeah, I got the Commanders 31-21. And Jaden Daniels showing why he's the best QB in the NFC East. Brian Pumper. Bum juice is what he called. Look at Pumper there, man. Way to go, Pumper. Thank you for the super. Look at that there. He basically saying that, hey, Brian, are you basically saying this, that you think that Jalen Hurts, what did Mickey call Spider Rico? He's a tomato. Is that what you're saying? Jalen Hurts is Spider Rico. Brian, is that right? He's Spider Rico. He's a tomato. He's a tomato. Turns back into a banana peel. I got the Commanders 33-21. Daniels showing you why he's the best NFC East quarterback. He's a tomato can. Hey, Jalen Spider Rico Hurts. I love. Hey, Brian, is that something we can use moving forward? Spider Rico Hurts. Oh my God. I love that. Sills the shoe drops and Hurts turns back into a banana peel. I got the Commanders 33-21. Jaden Daniels showing you why he's the best NFC East quarterback. Man, I love it. Spider Rico Hurts. All right. Oh, man. All right. No question about it. They're fighting for the 7th seed right now, the Redskins. And they are clearly playing some pretty good ball. They've been up and down a little bit the last couple of weeks. They had a tight one last week against New Orleans. And the Eagles are fighting with 3 teams right now. They're fighting with Detroit and Minnesota for home field advantage. Okay? The Commanders are hurt going into this game. No Zach Ertz. Hey, am I right, guys? Help me out on this. Okay? Help me out on this. No Zach Ertz. I think Noah Brown is out, and I think Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler, man, is a really good football player. Okay? All right? I think Jeremy Chin is still in, from what I remember, I think talking to Doug Williams, I think he's still in the concussion protocol. So I don't know if he's going to be available also. So you got some key significant people out in this football game. You've got Eckler out, who is a complete back, who is an all-around back. You've got Noah Brown out. I believe he's out for this game. And I think Eckler, like I said, and Zach Ertz are out. And Chin, you don't know if he's going to be able to play in this ball game here on Sunday. So, hey, it's one thing to say next man up when you don't have a next man. They don't have a next man. That's a very limited roster that they have. Please hit the like button, guys. Now, they may get Jonathan Allen back. And now they're getting Marshawn Lattimore back, who I think is a spectacular football player. I'll tell you this. Washington did one thing here to make sure that they're going to stay in line here with the Eagles. What do you think they made that move? They made that move because of A.J. Brown. Okay, they made that move because of Brown. Okay? That's one thing to say next man up. Now, A.J. Brown's knee. Now, from what I was told just a couple minutes before we went on the air, that A.J. participated in practice today, so it looks like he's going to go on Sunday versus the Commanders. So how limited he's going to be, everybody's banged up right now. The quarterback's banged up. The running back's banged up. You got guys in the O-line banged up. But that's a common theme across the league right now. I told you, war of attrition matters, man. Look at Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson, they lose a linebacker. They've lost a key running back in Montgomery. I mean, everybody Mahomes is banged up. Everyone across the board right now is dealing with injuries. Okay? I mean, everybody. Not just an Eagle thing. I love I won't lie. I love the fact the way that they are protecting their guys by resting their players for practice. There's no sense of rolling guys out there right now when you're this deep into the season. Do you want to hear something crazy? The San Francisco 49ers, after week 6, never were in helmets. They were never in shells and full gear the remainder of the season. That's why the 49ers back in the Montana days under Walsh were always so healthy. They were always so healthy because they never had contact. They never practiced in full gear after week 6. They never did it. Okay? I mean, now that was a veteran team. That was different. How you doing, bum juice? You heard Montgomery's still going to play? I want to see that. I heard he was out for the season. We'll see what happens. Okay? All right. Guys, please hit the like button here. Jonathan Allen is ruled out of the game. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for the super chat. By the way, guys, Zander told me something that's very important here. Half the people that watch this show, like I said, too, congratulations, guys, on your 900th episode. That was Monday. I think we're at 904 or 5 today. Thank you guys so much, man. I mean, you guys made this show reach that number. Hey, by the way, as great as I think I am, it doesn't matter if nobody's watching. It's not going to continue. This thing has continued because you guys have made it bigger and bigger. Do you understand we're one of the most watched shows in Philly now? And we're growing across the country. Do you understand that, right? It's not just because of me. Shit, I've been in the business 35 years. I've never done this. I mean, this is my first couple of years doing this shit. I'm a radio guy from the past at heart. It is a great weekend of football too, Stephen. I agree. Sills, these Jalenites are killing me. The championship, they're championing a guy who played one good game out of 14. That's 7.14%. I agree. And hey, Pumper, do you want to hear what they're, they kept the 63 split window coupe in the garage. And when they wanted to bring it out, they brought it out last week. Yeah, I mean, see, we can do it anytime we want. Phil Sims said that too, though. Phil said something right here on the program. He did say something. He said this: I don't give a shit where they're ranked. That's a guy who won a Super Bowl and he's Super Bowl MVP. Okay? And I value Phil's opinion. Phil went like this right here on the program. He said, I don't give a shit where they're ranked. They showed me they can do it. And he kind of falls in line with Zander. He's that guy, in my opinion, I have great respect for Phil Simms. Bill went like this. I don't give a shit where they're ranked. They showed me they can do it. I think they can do it. Okay? I mean, yeah. Phil, see, we get guys on this program that don't just agree with Big Sills. We get people on this program that have their own opinions. I don't put people on our program to agree with me. Just like I don't have you in here to agree with me. Do you ever notice that? That's the one thing you'll never see in any show in the country. Any show in the country. I put people in here that don't agree with me. And I put people on the air that don't agree with me. You get that, right? I mean, how many times have you went, tell him, Boomer. Tell him, Phil. Tell him, Michael Irvin. Tell him, Tony Dungy. Right? I saw that, brother. I saw you post that. By the way, you're the guy that posts all that stuff over on my X account, right? Brother Hannibal? Dude, you do a good job keeping me updated a lot, man. And I can't tell you how I appreciate that. This guy carries over from our show here, and he goes over to my X account, and he posts some really significant shit that goes on at the moment. Hannibal, that's you, right? I appreciate you, brother. Don't think I don't. I'm glad I get a chance to tell you. If that is you, you post a lot of stuff over on my X account. And I want to thank you, man, because it's good shit, man. WIP sports legend Howard Eskin announces he's leaving WIP. No. You mean he's pushed out. Okay, after that whole Phillies deal, this is how you exit a guy without kicking a guy's ass out the door. Hey, at the end of the year, Howard, not to make your kid look bad and all, but, we're going to ask you to leave here. How you doing? Pumper, a closet Cowboy fan. Oh, I see. Guy calls your guy Spider Rico Hertz, and he's a Cowboy fan. How you doing? I love me some Pumper. All right. We'll move on. Let me finish this. Going back to being a Saquon Barkley game. Mailman. Mail's here. Spider Hurts. Hand the ball off. They're 20-something in rushing. Oh, by the way. Well, let me finish this. This is another Barkley game. Hand the ball off, baby. I want to see Washington stop them. Okay? I do. I want to see Washington stop Saquon Barkley. Hey, and by the way, I was really glad to see Jason Kelce. Isn't it funny? John McMullen, Dave Zagaro, all the Philly media guys don't give a shit about that record, 2105. Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Jason Kelce, Shady McCoy, Brian Westbrook, who was on this program, said it. Every player that you hear talking wants Barkley to get it. You know why? It's a feather in your cap. Okay? And you know what? You know that argument that Zander and I had yesterday about Pro Bowl? You're right. It doesn't matter to fans or media people. It doesn't. It matters to players, though. I posted one of my incentives. If you go over right now and take a look at one of my incentives that I had in my contract, what is 1987? What is it like? What are we talking about? 38 years ago? It's a $40,000 incentive for me just to lift weights. You know what that comes out to today? That's $112,000 for 6 weeks of lifting weights. Just lifting weights. It's an incentive in my contract. I posted it. I sat down with the owner, and he gave me, I had a bunch of them. Show you how much money I was making back in the day, and compared to today, I had a Jerome Brown contract. I had $112,000 in today's money just to lift weights. Can you imagine what making a Pro Bowl was for an incentive? It's a $25,000 incentive back then. Do you know what that would? It was like a 60 or 70, $1,000 incentive if you made the Pro Bowl. That's 300 grand a day. 300 grand. You don't think that matters to a guy like Cam Jurgens? I mean, and by the way, Lane Johnson's promoting the Pro Bowl on Eagle Twitter. That shit matters. Now, it doesn't matter in the landscape of, that's a different conversation about winning the Super Bowl. It's completely, it has no relevance making a Pro Bowl or not making a Pro, but it does to the players because it's money earned. I put that incentive up there. You got to read it. I don't even know if it was for 6 weeks. It may have been for 2 months. May have been a little longer, for 2 months. 40 grand in 1987 comes out to $112,000 just to lift weights and show up to the facility. I could have showed up to the facility and just checked it off. And I did end up getting my money. I mean, dude, 1987, I made 300 grand. You added what it would be worth today. I made $300,000 and I made the same money Jerome did in 1987. I had same money. We had the same contract. We had the same agent. We had the same agent. And we made the same contract. My situation was different. I was going to be the 7th or 8th pick in the draft. And I had to go in a supplemental draft like Reggie White went in a supplemental draft. And I was the 2nd pick. Okay, I was the 2nd pick in that draft. You know who drafted behind me? Chris Carter. You took him. Sills, they hate me because they ain't me. All Jalenites will bow down to your real king, Pepe La Pampa. How you doing? All right, let me finish this. Daniels will be better in this football game. He will be better. Okay? I got the Eagles winning this thing 28-14. You're just better. I think Washington has made significant improvements, but I think the Eagles are just better. I told you on Monday, I'm not going against the team the rest of the way out. So my predictions on Friday are going to be a little bit more watered down because you're just better right now than the teams that you're playing at the end of the season. And look, Washington's probably your last true competition. Okay? Probably your true last competition. The rest of them, you could probably beat them with a C+ effort, the remaining games that you have. This is going to be a test. Washington needs to win this game because they're fighting off everyone for the number 7 spot. Okay? I mean, look at Senior. Washington was never competition. No, but Carolina was. How you doing? Yeah. Okay? How you doing? Yes, sir, senorita. Hey, real quick here. I want to show you something here. I want to make a point to you here on how great your guy Vic Fangio's done. But I also want to make a point here how it doesn't really matter how good a coordinator you have. Okay? It doesn't. It's all about right fit. Nick addressed that today. Okay? Nick addressed. By the way, guys, do me a favor. Give me a total on that like button. Hit that like button here. You tell me if the Miami Dolphins are having a bad year defensively. Okay? Pumper, Mark, Holmes burner account. Oh, man. What? They're 6th in total defense. They're number 8 in pass defense. They're number 8 in rush defense. They're 13th in scoring defense. They're 6th in red zone. And they're third down, they're 6th. They've had a great year defensively. Vic was terrible last year with them. Poor fit. They're not losing games in Miami because of their defense. They're losing games because of that shitty offense and it being as soft as ever. The Dolphins are doing a good job defensively. They're doing a good job. Okay? By the way, it's not what you're missing my point. The Philadelphia Eagles got a right fit. Kellen Moore is probably not the right fit for that offense. I would fire Kellen Moore at the end of the year, no matter what. Even if they win a Super Bowl, I would fire him. He's not the right coordinator for the quarterback. Wouldn't you? If that passing offense stays down where it is and they win a Super Bowl and your quarterback doesn't seemingly get better, and he hasn't. He's been okay, not great. The passing game's not very good. Oh, I know. It's all about the rushing, and I know Bart. Oh, yeah, I got it. Funny, that doesn't work anywhere else but in Philly. Wouldn't you replace him? Should you not replace Kellen Moore at the end of the year no matter what? Even if he wins it. Would you replace him? You wouldn't replace a guy who has one of the worst passing attacks in football. And the quarterback is really most of the year not part of the offense. He's kind of part of it, but not really. Let me ask you this. Would A.J. Brown want the offensive coordinator replaced? Yes or no? Get this. Abe says it's stupid to start all over again. Okay. If you're happy with that way the quarterback is playing, then you keep him. Okay. Shit, I've heard all year long. Even Zander say he doesn't like him. But you're going to keep him, bring him back? All right. So you're under the notion you think Barkley's going to go for $2,000 next year too, right? Even though the 2,000K club is a very exclusive and most players never touch that club. So you think that that's going to happen again next year? Okay. I don't. Running backs, treads, those hires end up fading quicker than any other player on the team. We know that. Look at the way that they're treated as a position in the league. Okay? I mean, Barkley's having a career year, so you're expecting him to have another career year next year. Okay? I mean, so you would bring back Kellen Moore. How many people would bring back Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator? Even if, let's say they get to the NFC title game, get beat, win it, what have you? I don't know. Will you bring them back? I wouldn't. That's a good comment. Jalen needs consistency. I like that one. Big C, I do. Sills, I would strongly consider replacing Moore. He does get some credit for switching over to the RPO, which is a system he did not use. Correct. I mean, there's no question right now, Bob, that he's calling plays in a system he's never called before. This is not a comfortable system for him. He's still trying to figure it out. And one of the things, Bob, that they figured out, in my opinion, okay, has been this. Wait a minute. Dennis goes like this. I haven't been wrong about your passing game. Your passing game has blown all year. Nakobe. Hey, Nolan. We'll see, guys. We'll see, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, let's see. One part of a season doesn't make a career. He's playing well. He is, Dean. Nolan's playing a lot. Nolan has not played like the 30th player taken in the draft yet. And nor has Jordan Davis. They're good players. You know who has played over his place in the draft? Josh Sweat, Cam Jurgens, Zach Vaughn was the third rounder in New Orleans. Quinyon Mitchell has outperformed where he was taken at 22. Jalen Carter, 9th pick. I think he's probably between 3 and 5 if you had to redraft him. I'm going to tell you this. The Bears ain't passing on him if they knew that that guy would be that guy. You're not passing on that. Okay? Cooper DeJean, absolutely. Cooper DeJean is not a second-round pick. I would put Cooper DeJean around 22. I'd put Quinyon Mitchell 10, between 10 and 12. Okay? Milton Williams, not a third-round pick. I would put Milton 25. Yeah. Okay? Yes. 25th pick, somewhere there. Jordan Davis, I would put at the beginning of the second round. Sydney, I can't, it's incomplete. Okay, Nolan, top of the second. 30th, top of the second. Look, the 30th pick and the 35th pick, not a lot of difference. Okay, not a lot of difference, just money and financial. When you're a first-round pick, there's different money, according to the collective bargaining agreement. Okay? Jordan Davis is not a bust. He's not a bust. He was overvalued, and expectations were set too high for him. He's not a bust. Hey, dude, like I said, I told you on draft day, Jordan Davis, his situation was going to be, if you're lucky, you get Vince Wilfork. That's his floor. I thought his ceiling was Fletcher Cox. He'll never get the Fletcher Cox status. The 95-96 Bulls struggled every game versus Toronto. They were 40 games under 500 when you are the best teams bring their A game. Be pumpers, snort lines. He's right. Shitty. Hey, thank you, Joaquin. When you're the dog, man, you get everybody Super Bowl. That's a true comment. I'm not replacing more. I don't trust little Nicky. You guys are easily persuaded. How you doing? Big Marshall. So, Big Marshall, you're cool with the way Jalen Hurts' development's coming as quarterback, right? Okay? Get this. That's right, because they all sucked in their careers. Nakobe Dean blew out loud. Nolan Smith was showing nothing in his year and 4 games. Let's see who else. Jordan Davis was still not where he needs to be. Bryce Huff blew out loud and still does. Q, I'm shocked at how great he's been. Cooper DeJean. Yeah, I'm sure, get this. So according to M. Reyes, this asshole looks at me and goes like this. Sileo was wrong about Zach Vaughn. So is Mickey Loomis, the general manager of the Saints, who had him for 4 years. You're right, dude. A Super Bowl winning general manager was wrong about Zach Vaughn, too. Okay, sure. Guilty. Me and Mickey Loomis, guy who won a Super Bowl ring. Take the day off, kid. You'll be all right. Let's see here. Remember what Lamar said about his growth this year. He said with OC Todd Monken, I'll tell you this, man. He said the year with Todd Monken absolutely has been essential. He had a year with him, and now look at him in his passing game. So you're saying this, Bob, that next year will be better with Kellen Moore. I buy that. I could buy that. I could buy that, Bob. That give them another year together. Okay, especially since they're winning. Okay. I'm calling it now. I think Nolan Smith is going to be better than Reddick over the long haul because he's better at the run than pass. And his pass rush is pretty good for a second-year player. High hopes. Jason, I think his number one issue is going to be his size. That will determine whether or not he'll have a successful career. He's a swimp dude, man. Every single press conference, Vic Fangio brings that up. He's a little dude. I think durability is going to be a problem for him. So we'll see. Now, again, I thought durability would be a problem for Devontae Smith. Okay? I did. I thought that would be an issue. He's getting banged up a little bit this year. And I think you're starting to see that a little this year with him because he's been in and out of the lineup for the first time in his career. Okay? I'll tell you what you're also seeing. You're seeing A.J. Brown with all the reps that he's taken over the last couple of years. I think that is collateral damage for the amount of reps that he's taken since he's been an Eagle. Remember something here. He didn't play like this and wasn't asked to do the things that he's doing in Philly and Tennessee. That offense was not built around A.J. Brown. That offense was built around Derrick Henry. I mean, what did he have most of the time? 62 catches, 900 yards, 1,000 yards. He wasn't really a focal point in that offense. He was a blocker. And when you're in a blocking offense, it takes its toll on you. And I think that's why you're seeing him in and out of the lineup. By the way, you don't think, let me ask you this, guys. Hey, by the way, real quick before I make this point, is he playing Sunday? Is A.J. Brown playing Sunday? Is he playing? Does anyone know if he's playing? Prior to going on the air, I heard he's playing. So let me ask you this. See what Zander says because he talks to John. Yes, he's confirmed he's playing. Okay, let me ask you something. How many years did he play in Tennessee blocking downfield for Derrick Henry? How many years was that? Let me take a look at this. A.J. Brown. I'm gonna make a point to you here on Brown, on what's happened to him this year. And I think if you're Howie, it's something to keep an eye. By the way, I think it's something to keep an eye on. I'm not telling you, this year's been a rough year for him. So let's take a look at this. How many years was he in Tennessee? 3. This is his 3rd year, so this is year 6. His first year, he had 52. Next year, he had 70 catches. These are pedestrian numbers in today's NFL. 63. So his first 3 years in Tennessee, 52 catches, 70 catches, 63. 1,051, 1,075, 869. What you really love about it, though, is the yards per catch. 20.2 his rookie year, which is fucking insane. 15.4. I mean, anytime you're over 13 yards a catch, you're a really elite ball player. So to be fair to that, he's really had, every time he touches the ball, he's going to get you 10 plus yards. His best year was 22, where he had 17. He's floating around that number right now. Here's my point. Well, those first 3 years in Tennessee, he's blocking for Derrick Henry. And now the last year, he's blocking for Saquon Barkley. So 4 of the 6 years that he's played, he's been instrumental in a blocking offense. You don't think that takes its toll on a 27-year-old wide receiver? Tony, thank you, my friend. Hey, you don't think that takes its toll? Tyreek Hill's not blocking in the run game for the Dolphins. Jamar Chase is not blocking in the run game. Justin Jefferson might be blocking in the run game. The war of attrition also takes its toll on that. And I also happen to think that's one of the reasons why he just doesn't want to be used as a blocking dude. And last week they broke out the touches for him, and it was significant. Okay? Yeah, I got Tony, man. Tony, thank you very much. We appreciate you becoming a new member. Seals more working with the RPO should allow him to blend his system with the RPO system that Jalen Hurts excels in. The fact that Hurts has not looked like a prototypical quarterback might help us keep him in 25. You know, I'm starting to get bought into that, Bob. Bob, I'm starting to buy into that. Okay, I'm starting to buy into that. Hey, Sills, wait a minute now. Monken the first year, he's a better passer. Lamar in the second year. Could Jalen be a better passer next year? Because both him and Moore have worked a little bit and they know the weaknesses and strengths of both guys. I can be bought into this. Okay? Abe. So what they're doing is they're getting out, they're getting to know one another this year. And next year, they could have a Lamar Jackson type. What Zander thought he would see, 4,600 yards. Look, I never in a million years thought Lamar Jackson would be a 4,500-yard passing quarterback. I never thought that. Dude, the year he won his first MVP, he threw for 3,100 yards. Wasn't like, and what's crazy about that 3,100 yards, he had 36 touchdown passes, which led the league. So, again, I mean, Sills, another year with Kellen, they improved the passing game next year. Like Todd Monken has improved. Whose take was that? Okay? Whose take was that? Because that's pretty good. Who brought that up? About Monken. Was that you, Abe, that did that? I know it's not M. Reyes because he most of the time has shitty takes. He probably has one every 3 days. Okay? Bob, that was you? Okay. Washington fans are up on Lattimore. He's a good player. He is. He was on New Orleans when Saquon gutted them for 147. No A.J. Brown. Smitty got hurt early, 31-16. Eagles sweep the NFC East. Okay? That'd be pretty incredible. I mean, still to this day, how many years has it been now that nobody has won back-to-back NFC East? It's over 20 years, I think that number is. Okay? Nobody's built for it. Nobody's built for that. Nobody's built to take a constant pounding. Here, let me show you something here. And I'll make this point to you guys. Okay? When you're a football player, and this is how your body acts. You keep hitting the same joint every single day. It's like hitting a nail, hammer hitting a nail every single day. The head of the nail breaks. Your body's not made or built for this. Fucking stupid. Nobody's body's built for this. Your body breaks every day. Practice, games, college, high school. Pounding on the same limbs, same spots. You live like a dog. You every 7 years, you had a year. Nobody's built for anything like that. It's a stupid comment. Built for it. We built for taking a beating. Well, then how come Barkley's broken down? Barkley's had 3 significant injuries. 3 significant injuries. By the way, you got these remaining football games here. Are you looking to preserve them or are you not? Okay? Are you looking to preserve them? Told us last week AJ's words would hurt Pittsburgh's chances. Told us last week AJ's words would hurt Pittsburgh's chances. Seals, you act like AJ's crackback blocking. Well, how many times? Just to show you what an idiot this guy is, how many games has AJ missed this year? And how many games has he been on the injured list? How many games he missed this year? Didn't he miss a month of football games? So he missed a month of football games, and he's been on the injured list, and he's been questionable 3 other times. He's 27. You think that's going to get better then? At 27. 3 games. Okay, 3 games. And how many he missed 3 games, and how many games was he on the injury report for a significant injury? Another 3? He's 27. I said it's something to keep an eye on. I didn't say something to worry about. I said something to keep an eye on. Okay? Would we not, hey, Bob, most of these people in here right now are so fucking eagle honks. Would you not agree, Bob? He's done more blocking in the run game this year than any year since he's been in Philly. Would you not agree to that, Bob? Got to at least talk to some people with some common sense here. Would you not agree that he has been blocking more this year than any time? Okay? Since he's been an Eagle. And I think it's taken. Hey, by the way, do you happen to think that took a toll on Devontae? Hey, man, I hate, but I like your show. Fly, Eagles, fly. God bless you. You too, Emmanuel. Hey, guys, that's a great point that we have not talked about. Do you think this style of football game, it's taken its toll on the wide receiving core this year? In both not getting their targets and physically? Do you? Do you think it's taking its toll? Both guys have been hurt all year. I mean, we've not seen these guys banged up more than they have this year. You think that's by coincidence that Barkley's been added to the team and they're running the ball more, and your 2 star wideouts are hurt all the time? I mean, how many games have they actually played together this year? 10? Like, how many games has the tight end and the 2 wide receivers played this year together, you think? 5? 4? Okay? Right? Do you think this style of play? Nope. We have to win at any cost at man. Emmanuel, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, do you think this style of play has taken its toll on the wideouts this year, both in production and in health? That's all I'm asking you. I'm not asking you about wins and losses here. I'm asking you its toll on the 2 guys that you're paying $51 million to. That's all I'm asking. Okay? I mean, so with the tight end and the 2 wideouts, you've had 3 games this season where all 3 guys have been on the field together. $15 million for your tight end, 25 for Devontae, and 35 for AJ. And they played 3 games this season. And you've been a predominant run team, correct? And these guys block. How many times has Nick just given flowers to the wideouts blocking downfield? You know, I got to tell you something. When Nick started giving A.J. Brown and Devontae flowers about blocking downfield, A.J. came out the next game, and that's when he started bitching about the fact, hey, you know, it's time to throw the ball around a bit. I'm not saying he's wrong. Almost every playoff team had significant injuries. That's not what the fuck I'm asking you. I'm asking you, no shit, dude. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I brought it up. Mahomes is injured. I'm talking about, would you not agree that this year has had your wideouts hurt more than any time since they've been together? Yes or no? No shit. Has this, I'm asking, it's a question. Have they been hurt more this year than any time in the last 3? Okay. Does this style of play, has it taken its toll on the wideouts? This style of play is taking its toll on the brain cell of the Jalenites. They're fighting for their lives every week. Mental gymnastics of hell. Oh my God. I love it. Yeah. Oh man. Get this. This guy thinks this is a dumb take when fucking your guys have been injured all year long. Hey, way to go, dickhead. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. These guys have missed significant time. You got a guy now questionable on playing Sunday. He's going to play hurt. And Devontae's been in and out of the lineup, and he's been getting concussions all year long or something with his knee, hamstrings, what have you. They've been out all year. One guy's going to have I think AJ's going to get 1,000 yards this year. I think he is. And you're telling me, no. Yeah, okay, dude, whatever. Take a knee, kid. Put your aluminum foil hat on. So is it taking a toll on Smitty? A.J. Brown has a better build for what's been asked. Yeah, and plus, Bob, he's used to it when he was in Tennessee. A.J.'s toll is more mental. He's been in this spot before. Doesn't want to go back to being a blocking guy like he was in Tennessee. Bob, that's what I say, too. I say A.J. doesn't want to go back to that because right now, with the injuries, he's on pace. Bob, that's a great take. He's playing like he was in Tennessee. Because look at where he is, Bob. He's got 56 catches right now. And with the remaining games, he'll probably have somewhere near 70. He'll probably be somewhere around 1,100 yards. He's at 946. He'll go over 1,000 against Washington this weekend. So he'll go over 1,000 this weekend. But he's probably going to be around 1,100 for the season. And he's got 5 touchdowns. This will be his least productive touchdown year, potentially, in 4 years. Yeah, no, hey. We just need 5 more years of production from AJ. That's 8 years of good play. He's like Irvin. And I would say, too, Anthony Owens. And that style of physical play doesn't last long. Okay? Yes. Okay? Okay? Let's see here. 1,100 to miss 3 games. Hey, how about the real good context? Last year, Justin Jefferson missed 9 ball games and had 1,100 yards. What are you doing? Had 1,100 yards. Unless you're Jefferson. Justin Jefferson missed 9 ball games last year, and he had 1,000. Elite. That's how you do it. I'm going to double check on that, how many games he played last year. So your guy's going to get 1,000, and he missed 3 ball games. Let's see what Justin Roseman had. Or, excuse me, Justin Jefferson. Let's see what Justin Roseman had. Let's see what he had here last year. How many games he missed? Dude, this guy's so freaking good. Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson started 9 ball games last year, and he had 1,000 yards. Elite. Elite. Holy shit. I know. Minnesota is 12-2. I know they are. I know they're 12-2. Okay? Oh, man. Really good, man. Really good stuff. That's great. Hey, Justin Roseman. Hey, Bob. Justin Roseman. 1,100 yards and missed 3 games. How you doing? All right. So Nick Sirianni spoke. I like how they keep him on an egg timer. I think it's wonderful. By the way, give me a total on where we are in the likes right now. Please hit the like button. You notice they keep Nick Sirianni on an egg timer? Okay, that egg timer goes off, man. At 2 minutes, 3 minutes, man, that bitch is out of there. Okay, one more. Hey, they got him on an egg timer. He's the only coach I've ever seen on an egg timer. 3 minutes. Let's go. Oh, my God. Please hit the like button. Guys, I appreciate you guys here on a Football Friday. Zander's going to join us at the bottom of the hour. We will talk to our friend, NFL Hall of Fame voter Jason Cole on 4:30 from Yahoo Sports. And the Godfather, we'll have him at 5:30. So here he is here. The egg timer himself, Nick Sirianni here. I do love how he's been coached by Hair Bob Lang. I love it. Hey, AJ's availability. Is he practicing? We'll know more today. When did he get hurt? Game or we'll know more today. I was like, holy shit. He must be watching Big Sills because he's answering questions perfectly. So what about AJ's availability? You know, we'll know more today. So is he going to play Sunday? You know, we'll see how it goes today. And we'll see how that works out. Oh, okay. Well, I know that they watch because Merrill Reese did a show from Nick Sirianni's office last year. So, yeah, I know. And plus, Frank Reich told me. Okay? And plus, they call my bosses. And, you know, I love the answer. What about AJ playing? We'll know more. It's a perfect way to answer that. Feed him shit. It was by the way, it was really well done. That's probably the best I've seen him answer a question that he's not supposed to answer. Did AJ get hurt or in practice? I will know more today. And he kept answering it. By the way, I love the fact he kept answering it like Belichick. He was being a dick. I couldn't believe it. Instead of those word salad answers, he was giving you a Dick Belichick answer. I will know more today. Okay? I will know more today. Shit. What are you talking about? I get a press pass from anywhere by the NFL, anywhere I want. I'll tell you what, I'll take a break in a couple minutes, and I'll show you 60 of them, including Super Bowl press credentials. All-star games. I choose not to leave my house, dickhead. How you doing? Matter of fact, I will show that. We were moving, and I found about 40 of them, of my press credentials. I go anywhere I want in the country. All I got to do is call Adam Silver, Manfred, call the front office in the NFL. I get a ticket anywhere I want. Big C, I will. How you doing? He was asked the question, and dude, this guy's getting a little better at answering these questions here. Let's see here. Vic continues to improve And how is he connected with younger players? Can I tell you how do you think Vic Fangio, is connecting with these younger players? What do you think is the number one reason Vic Fangio is connecting with players? Sileo clause. Spider Rico hurts. Pat says honesty. Totally one of them. There you go, Buckhalter. You're right, man. You know how you connect with young players? Their success. I'll give a shit what he and how his approach is. If I see myself getting better and that guy is helping me get better, that creates confidence and honesty and trust. Okay? And can I tell you the three things that has happened with the Philadelphia Eagles that has taken a little bit of Howie out of the room here and why they're so good? You know why they're so good? Howie's out of the equation. Here's how. He ain't playing Bryce Huff because Bryce Huff is paid. He's playing the best guy that gives the best practice stuff. One of the reasons why you're seeing some of those backup defensive tackles getting as many reps as Jordan Davis is because the work ethic they have in practice, the success and the production they're getting in games, the way that they're getting better and developing as players under Vic, he's going to play them. That's how you create a great unit. Nobody gives a shit where you're drafted once you're in the league. It's what you do when you're in it. It's a production thing now. That's what made New England great. Nobody cared Brady was a sixth rounder, did you? Get this. I'll make this point to you. If Tom Brady was a sixth-round draft choice, Howie Roseman would never play him. The Eagle coaches would never have played him. How do you know Tyler, what's his name? Tyler McKee? How do you know that guy's not Tom Brady? You don't. So what's the backstory of you becoming a JAKIB host? How did you find out about this job? It was really, Anthony, it was just real luck with both of us. Okay? And they took a gamble. I am a pariah in my business. That's why everyone tries stopping me from working. Everybody. It's not about JAKIB. Everyone wants me not working. Everybody. You don't understand this. I have fought this my 34 years. Nobody wants me working. Nobody. They took a gamble. And it's paid off. Okay? It's paid off. For both. Okay? Yeah, Zander and I and Big Joe had a bowl of pasta fazool, and, the things worked out, and we kind of passed the thing around, and we're good. How you doing? Yeah. Hey, well, Pat, I'll give you one story here. Thank you very much for becoming a member. N-Town, thank you very much. I'll give you one quick one. When I left the Mighty 1090 and I was not fired, I left. I posted my contract. I was making $350,000 a year at this new place for Odyssey. And who were going to move to Boston. I didn't get fired in San Diego. They were going to move me to Boston. Then the pandemic hit. And when I did my show 3 times, Kevin Callahan, the market manager, and Bob brought me into their office and said, please don't be so direct. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, it's kind of harsh talk, how you talk. So you don't want me to do my show? A little bit kinder. And by the way, so I was number 3 in the market in men 25-54. I was number 3. I used to get $45,000 bonuses every quarter because I was 3rd. There was one time I was 2nd, and if I got number 1, I would have got an $85,000 bonus. I mean, Fangio also said that he's never shared his system of analytics that he uses. That's great. That's why no one of his students can run his scheme. Sean Desai, you're saying, and probably pointing out. Truth, justice, in the big Sills way. How you doing? 5 months. Keep going what you do, Sills. Appreciate what you do. Jeff, thank you for being part of us and growing with us. Oh, yeah. That's so with the whole thing with my broadcasting career. And by the way, just so people know, I was 15 years in one place on WDAE. I got there, the ratings were 04, men 25-54. Not kidding. I left, I had 9 shares. And everyone goes, didn't you say the monkey thing? And I go, yeah. And then 2 weeks later, 97.5, the Fanatic, their old market manager hired me and gave me a pay raise. So I wasn't out of bit. I was out of work 10 days. Well, this guy was right. I was out of work 10 days. That 97.5's market guy, Beasley, hired me 10 days later. They had already given me I had a contract on the table with them for 3 years for WQAM. My wife and I, we were leaving. And when they found out we were leaving, they conjured this whole bullshit up. It's crazy. Okay. Oh, share. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. You're right. That's 2 inside. Ratings. Ratings. This whole thing was called the people meter. They went from Arbitron to the people meter. And as soon as I did that, I was doing 9.8s, 25-54. Yeah. It's crazy. When I left, we were almost doing 10 shares in the morning. My next closest competitor, I wasn't competing against other sports, though. I was competing against Bubba the Love Sponge, who was doing 14 shares. I was doing 10 shares on a sports station by myself for 3 hours. How you doing? Sills, your new name has to be Silo Owens, since you gave A.J. Brown a lot of heat. I never said I didn't like the player. I never said it. It's a true story, Elizabeth. I did give Joy Taylor a start. You know how I gave Joy Taylor a start? Joy Taylor walked in. He's Jason Taylor's sister. She was producing my show. And she walked in and she goes, I want to get on air. And I go, well, let me hear you. So she's like, I heard her on a weekend. I said, okay, starting Monday, you're doing my updates. You know that thing Colin Cowherd has with the news? I started that. Because I took it from Howard Stern with Robin. And so I did it on my show. We did the news, top and the bottom. And Joy would come up with sports talks, sports stories around the country. And I said, you're doing that. She goes, can you do that? I go, I could fucking do anything I want. I have total autonomy over my program and the content. I always made that clear. I have complete control of my content, all my radio shows. She goes, you can do that? I go, yeah, you start Monday. And now she's a big star in Fox. And she's been on our show. She sends me happy holidays, birthdays, because I gave her start. She worked hard and I gave her a start. Yes, sir. Sills knows what he does. No. My wife, you know what she said to my, you know what, my wife's a smoke show. I don't need it. Okay. You know, my wife, Joy goes, what can I do for Dan to make Dan like me? You know what she said? My wife, get him a guest. She put Dan Marino on because she knew Dan Marino through Jason. So I posted the picture of me and Dan Marino doing a live shot. Dan came down and did my show for me for about an hour. And so Marino sat with me doing the show. And I looked over at her. I go, then she got me Nick Saban when Nick was the head coach of the Dolphins. She dressed up real nice, went over to Nick. Nick grabbed Nick. Nick did an hour on my program. I looked at her and I said, I don't give a shit how you look. Get me a guest. Yeah. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Dude, Nick had a great press conference. Okay? Yeah, that's right. My wife produced my show for 20 years when I was on KMBR and at the beginning of 1090. You know what my wife did when I got to 1090 after we had some troubles at QAM in Miami? You know what she did? She walked in for the first 5 years, making sure the producer that we hired did the right thing every day because she wanted the show to be off the ground right. She told the guy, do it this way. Don't do it your way. Your way sucks. Do it this way. Do it that way. Do it this way. My wife watched over the show to make sure we had no subversives. Okay. You want to get fired as a head coach in the NFL or in broadcasting? Let management put a producer in your show. You're automatically fired. You're automatically fired. You got to bring your own people in. Don't ever, here's some advice. If you're ever going to get into radio, don't ever allow the general manager or anybody ever to give you a producer that's in the building. You know why? They'll set you up for failure. I did it once, and I never will do that again. Okay? And you know the cool thing about Zander is? This is his fucking deal. This guy's not looking for disaster. He's looking for success. Big Sills. I'm a disabled veteran. Can you and Zander do a fundraiser to bless me and my son with Philly Dallas tickets? I will drive 20 hours to that game. Joaquin, I don't know if we can do tickets, but you know what I think we'll do? We'll figure something out. Okay? Thank you for your service. Hey, again, I'm getting tickets like that. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, we appreciate you very much. And thank you. Okay? Hit the like button here. Yes, sir, baby. It is a football Friday. By the way, finally, Nick Sirianni had a right press conference. You know what that was? Hey, when did AJ get hurt? Well, you know, we'll know more later today. We'll know more later today. Holy Jesus Christ. That's how you do it, Junior. Right there. Right there. Absolutely. So let me write this one down. Since Zander doesn't like Kellen Moore, would you replace him? Would you replace him? End of the year. And this style of offense, has it taken its toll on the wideouts who have been banged up all year? Without further ado, brothers argue. Okay? Brothers argue. Okay? This is what we do here, baby. Hit that freaking like button here. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, hit that bad puppy here. Oh, wait, before I get Big Z on, my boy Pumper Stills is Jalen Hurts an industry plant. Skills don't measure up to the notoriety he gets, but he gets a lot of it. Just a face, but nothing more. Woo! There you go. Bum juice. That's my boy, man. Thank you, Pump.